Leningrad, Leningrad. 900 days. The siege. 900 days. We ate human flesh to survive. To survive. We ate the Jews first, because they did not fight. War is easy, we were told. And when we won all this at the mercy of our Savior again, oh Leningrad, my Leningrad, nothing changes. Only the tyrants learn from history. All who fight for us now in the West and live to come home, true heroes of our land, with what they have learned outside, shall vanish in mass graves. Our Tsar shall see to that. And our deeper war continue. Symphonies, tombstones of the siege. He'll be wanting an 8th symphony next. Then a 9th, a monumental Beethoven ode to...
So, Commander Zhdanov is a music critic now? I hear that Comrade Prokofiev has turned up.
Comrade musicians, permit me a few opening remarks on the role of the creative artist in society. In the West, the artist is a mere ornament, victim to market forces. He can be made or broken by the vogues of a narrow intellectual elite. Whether he live or starve depends on how fashionable he is. His so-called freedom is a struggle to survive. We value our artist. We recognize the gift he brings. As any science, any technology, poetry, art, music are vital to our humanity. Our institutions, therefore, accord the artist proper status. In our society, he enjoys his rightful place. But with that status comes responsibility. We are here today to examine that responsibility. In the West, yes, the artist is free to dabble in abstractions, in sentimental nihilism, in meaninglessness itself. We, the people, demand that you touch us, that you reach into us, that your creations be of meaning to us. In a word, that you speak. Have we, in our Soviet music, the beginnings of a failure to speak?
Trouble with Zhdanov, he's so often right.
Invidious to instance names, and I would not.
Khatchatourian looks unhappy.
But for certain recent disappointments in the field of opera and symphony, an opera of Comrade Muratelli, certain choral and orchestral pieces from Comrades Prokofiev, Khatchatourian,
Gorgolovsky in the shadows of every platform.
from Shostakovich. Well, it may be argued, why should I, a Prokofiev, respect the opinions of a tractor driver from Tashkent? Why should a smelter from Smolensk dictate my harmonies to me, a Shostakovich? Names you will note of some 2 or 3 symphonic stars whom the West has taken to its rotting heart, while even here at home, thanks to the influence of a Leningrad clique of musicologists, so-called, others among us who labor to uphold more tuneful values are treated with contempt. Their works not performed, their names not even heard. Now, comrades, I am no musician. Well, I've heard it said, Andrei Alexandrovich, no musician, but he knows 600 folk songs. What a thing to say! I only know 300. Letters. These are letters from workers, from factories and collectives everywhere. These can hear when a composer violates the natural laws. These can tell gratuitous dissonance, ugly clashings, noises that shriek and crush for the symptoms that they are of a concept of life too negative. As, for example, in some recent work from Comrade Shostakovich, who appears to have lapsed again. The number 9, that mighty consummating number, with all its resonance of the great Beethoven, at a time of epic liberation by our savior, Generalissimo Stalin, sole architect of our victory, what 9th does our lapsed comrade deliver? Carnival squeaks, hooligan squawkings, a satanic satire perhaps, to include as its main theme a Yankee sergeant whistling. Well, what can our comrade be telling us? I, Shostakovich, personally deflates the myth of number 9? I, Dmitri Dmitrievich, private individual, I have some personal whim I will assert.
comrades. Comrade Zhdanov has done well. Sounded, may I say, a note of warning. All my career, rather since an earlier, most salutary warning, I have sought my meaning. I have sought to speak to the living. Do I begin to fail? Do I fall too much beneath my own private shadow and fail to speak openly and plainly to the living and with objectivity? Then yes, I fail. I fail by the standards of the highest art, which are the only standards. And I am grateful to you all that you rebuke me. Yes, to be sure. It is also right and proper at the conservatoire that my son also denounces me. To be sure. To reach the people. That is the question. But how is it done? I expect to receive instruction from you. I will study it with deep interest.